Charles Bukowski once famously quoted, "The seats are empty, the theatres are dark, so why do we keep acting?" I'm architect Karan Anand introducing you to season 3, episode 4 of Moñö Architecture, All Things Design. Brought to you by our brand partners Highbeck Kitchen Studio and Turquoise. Today we have with us two designers extraordinaire for whom the seats are definitely not empty and the theatre is definitely not dark. Akash and Poonam of AM/PM Designs. Hi guys,
Hi.
It's lovely to have you all here.
Thank you for having us.
Hi, I'm Poonam Mehta, the PM of AM/PM Designs.
I am Akash Mehta. I'm the AM of AM/PM Design. We run a firm in Pune and work all across India, touchwood, couple of projects abroad. We've been working together for the last 12 years now. And
Since we're married.
We love what we do. Predominantly design homes, and that's where our happiness lies. I wouldn't say forte, our happiness lies.
Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you so much guys. Poonam, psychology, masters, MBA, and now you both are designers that the entire nation sorts after. You all are doing some phenomenal work. So how did this transition come about? Tell us a little bit about this, because it's not easy, right? And everybody wants to know how. Very often students want to change careers, they want to jump ship, they don't understand how to do this, and you all are a great example for that. So could you all tell us a little bit about this?
Two different stories you start.
Yeah, so I'll take you back 20 years behind to tell you what happened. And so I was studying and around when I wanted to pursue psychology, and I went to my dad and I said I want to do psychology as my main subject, and he's like, I think you need to go and see a doctor. He took me to my uncle who's a doctor, said she's choosing some random subject, what is going wrong with her? So that's when eventually he said that, she really knows what she's doing. That's going to be the future sort of thing. And eventually he came to the sort of thought that, yeah, okay, fine, this is a subject. And then eventually he realized that it's not a vocational subject. It actually has science and everything. So what I was sorting off is, I did BSc psychology, so it's science in psychology, and we studied brain lesions and things like that. So that's sort of what I was doing, and I wanted to get into forensic science and work for the government, and that's what the vision was. And my dad sort of really was at it, where he said, okay, now PhD karegi and Dr. Poonam, Lunavat Mehta, whatever. That's what he perceived, and things went ahead. I've always been interested in art, so as part of what I do was dance, drama, and art has always been part of my entire journey as a student. While I was doing psychology, my best friend, I will quote her, Tasneem, she said, let's do something else. We're going to college. We're not really enjoying. We have time. Let's do an interior designing course. And it's like really just like that. And I said, okay, you're doing it. I'm with you. Whatever you want to do, I'll do. And we walked into this institute, and back then there were no, I'm talking about in Chennai.
In Chennai,
20 years ago, interior designing was a 2-year program.
It was a very orthodox society.
Yes.
Also. Yeah.
So it's a 2-year program, and we said, okay, we'll do this. I think the first day of class, I was sitting as usual as a backbencher, and we had Sara ma'am come in, and that's it. I think my life changed.
Yeah.
I suddenly got interested in this subject, and slowly from the backbench, I was the first person sitting right under her nose, just understanding what this is doing. And I started relating everything to psychology, because when I was studying, also doing psychology, and I was doing this, I felt like, why is my behavior changing when I'm going to a 5-star hotel?
Yeah.
Why does my behavior change when I'm going to a temple? What is it in the design that is so different that suddenly the behavior and your entire body language also changes? Your voice goes down, and just everything started affect. Then I got more curious into this subject, and then of course the day came when I finished both. I had I've done very good with the institute. I finished 2 years over there, and psychology came to an end, and now I had to do my masters. Then I started working as an interior designer. I was working for about a year and a half, and then I finally decided to go to London. So eventually how it happened was I was applying that statement of purpose.
Yeah, SOPs.
You have
Yeah,
SOPs
the
to
SOPs.
do. I was filling up for psychology also, and I was filling up for interior design also. And because I didn't know what I was doing. So for people who have not, I know when you're looking to switch careers, it can be completely, like, I was so confused because my dad still wanted that dream. Like, he wanted me to get that
doctor. It was
doctor.
his dream, basically.
Yeah, and eventually I think my mom saw it in me that you spend days and nights just doing your work, project work. And that's where I think your happiness lies. So pick that.
Yeah.
And eventually I chose to do interior design masters. I got myself into the masters in University of Arts, London. And that's, after that, has been like a journey.
That's amazing.
I came back here because it was 2008 and 9. 2008-9 was the whole recession time. And getting a job in London became just that much tough. I thought India obviously has mad opportunities. I came back and I came to Bombay. I applied for a lot of jobs. And then, of course, I chose Talati because I did get some of the jobs, and I decided to work from the best and learn from the best. And that's when my journey started. I worked for two big, large firms. One is TPA and one is DSP Design under Yatin Patel. So eventually after that, this journey happened.
That story has given me anxiety about my past.
I'm scared to tell my story. There's nothing in it.
It's like, I should just be like, it's a wrap. Let's go. Chalo, ho gaya.
After this, I really can't add on anything to it. But coming from a Marwadi family, whatever business we get in, we have that kid of getting into it and make some money out of it. So my brother came up with a lighting store in Chennai, and it was a high-end store for Chennai. And when I joined, initially I found it very difficult to move around. So that's when I realized if I give a solution, it's a better way to sell. So that's where I started getting into lighting design. Then I realized interior design is very interesting. It's something that I'm connecting to. So I learned interiors as well. And then I started doing lighting design for them. And that's how I kind of got into the whole process. It was interesting. Then one thing led to another, moved to Pune.
That's the story how we met.
Oh, that's how you met.
That's a big story as well.
Let's get into it.
That Pida basically came alive. I started enjoying what I was doing. I started going deep into it, and I really like how light plays with the interiors. I kind of relate to it. Like, it's there, doesn't show itself, but at the same time, it highlights everything. You make sure that all the right things light up.
And there's no space without lights. I mean, whether it's natural or
it has to be lightly lit. As in, lighting is always beautiful when it's played with shadows.
Yeah, that's lovely.
If you're going to play with floodlighting, divide the ceiling by 4, put floodlights, it's no fun.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think the fact that he, that 15 years back when he was starting to practice lighting designing and he was doing it, everybody was like, what are you doing? Like,
it's
what?
unheard of,
lighting
really.
design?
Like, even
do
now,
you make chandeliers?
Even now, it is like, now people are recognizing it as a thing.
Now a lot of people are there.
But 15 years back was, it
was a new subject, and lighting is transformed. When I started, it was tube lights and halogens.
Exactly.
And, power cans and all of that. And now it's completely moved to LEDs. The wattages have changed. The play of light has changed. The physics of light has changed. So it's a different world now. It's more
That's amazing. That's really interesting. Tell us about how you guys met and how you all started your practice, because you both come from very different backgrounds, and then suddenly this has happened and now you all are here, so what is that story all?
So I was in Chennai at the lighting store and trying to figure out what am I doing here. That's when she enters. You want to tell your part?
Yeah. So I'm working now with DSP Design, Yatin Patel. It's been I've shifted from Talati to DSP, and I got a very good position, and eventually I was an associate designer there. So he said, somebody has to take up this Chennai project. Nobody in the office clearly was interested, and I was like, okay, I'll go because my parents live there. So he sent me to Chennai. It was a huge mall project. It was a luxury where the Louis Vuitton and Burberry and the entire brands were coming in, and it was a small mall project. It wasn't a large thing. It was a luxurious project. I went there, and I remember Mehul calling me saying, don't come back till you finish the project. I said, okay. So 3 months straight, I'm there trying to figure out this. And then I was looking for some help to lighting. I wanted some help with, and that's how I knew of him. I know him through like we were acquaintance. So that's how we met. And I said, can you just help me with this project? And clearly, I think he realized that I'm not going to do this for free. So sort of, hey, marry me. It happened very quick. We started meeting for coffee dates, blah, blah, blah. And then in 1 month, I think he said, can you, I really would like to marry you. It was that quick. So
wow.
I went back in 3 months, we were engaged.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And my condition was, I'm not going to live in Chennai. I'm moving out. I don't know where.
And I said, I can't do Chennai too.
But we're moving out. So we got married in December. February, we moved out to Pune. I chose Pune honestly because I had no friends, no family. I just wanted a fresh start.
So here we are. We're like, hey, okay, let's get married. And then he's like, yeah, but where I don't want to live here. So I said, come to Bombay because I'm in Bombay. I said, come to Bombay. No, but I want to get into real estate and this and that. So, let's just pick a different city which is more. So he said, how about Pune? I said, yeah, I've been to Stonewater Grill. It's just so random. We have chosen our life at the the point is, what worse can happen? We'll figure it out. 1 year so we decided we'll stay here for 1 year in Pune. If it doesn't work out, we'll probably come back to Chennai. We decided to just give it a year.
The whole idea for me was to move out and start clean slate. I didn't want to.
And I think it's so beautiful that these impulsive decisions have led you to where you are, right? If you hadn't taken it, then you would still maybe be in Chennai or still not or practicing psychology.
Probably not practicing design.
And how did you guys end up starting the studio?
So we moved in 6 months. I took up a office, very small. It was a 6x4 cabin. Literally had to jump over my table to get into the chair. And she came and she's like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Yeah, that's all I got."
And I was basically working with Yatin straight, so I still continued the DSP.
And you were used to a huge setup,
So I moved from a 250. We had 200 people in Bombay to a 75 people, still big in Pune office, and I was still there for 2 years in Pune. But then eventually he started getting a lot of work.
So I started off with lighting design. I said, let me start with lighting. Interiors, I know eventually I'll want to look into it. But after she quits DSP, I don't want to overlap and do something that I don't feel right doing. So I started off with lighting design, facade lighting, basic. The first job I took was 50,000. So started off from there. Then we got an offer for an interior show flat. That's when I said, I think Poonam, now it's time to quit and we start off afresh. So that was a big decision.
The fact that I've been working now 3 years already with DSP Design and working for a firm that long, just suddenly, for me, everything was my own. It's my firm, and that's the sort of energy I had for and the kind of responsibility I felt. Eventually, he said, "You're ready. We have to take that chance, and you are ready, Poonam. You are
That's
really
when
ready."
your job doesn't end at 6 p.m. anymore.
Exactly.
That's the difference.
Exactly.
And it never ends.
Yeah.
Never ends.
Never ends. A lot of people don't understand. A lot of people ask me also, they're like, "Why are you always at it?" But who else will be at it? It's your own baby.
It's your baby.
You can't tell someone that I'm not well. I don't want to answer the call. You can't. You have to, no matter what. So that's lovely. Since you all have been talking about your practice, I would like to take this forward. You all have a very, very interesting way of approaching your clients, handling them and dealing with them, especially because of your varied backgrounds and your education in the past. And I remember this because you just mentioned coffee dates. Could you tell us a little bit about how you understand your clients, understand how to deal with them, and then proceed with your projects? Because it's very, very unique to the way a lot of other studios work. And in fact, when I heard this story, I felt like maybe I should try it, but then I realized I'm not a psychologist. So I won't try it.
I also don't try it. She does.
So I just felt that, initially I think a lot of firms follow that they have this questionnaire, which they send out to clients, and it becomes then they fill it up and they sort of study that somehow, and then, but I feel that when we're talking today, just you and me talking, there's so much that I'm feeling, and there's so much that you can communicate by just having this one coffee date, right? So I just felt that let's keep it casual, and then in the beginning when we told our clients that I would like to meet you first and let's understand you all first. So they're like, okay, they get it, but then I'll say I want to meet you again, and we'll discuss, but why don't you get the kids along? So the point is, for me, that is the time I understand the entire personality. What is the lifestyle they've been living? What is the lifestyle they're inspiring to get to? Because that's not something they're just going to say. They might be saying, okay, I want a very contemporary house. What is contemporary to you is not the contemporary to you. So you need to understand between the lines and really understand what they're looking at. They might say classic, but they don't mean that ornate classic, that
Yeah.
OTT. Like, that's not what they're looking at. So I think we felt that let's have a very casual approach to an extent where even he's traveled.
Simple terms, just hearing them out. So like, I traveled to Dubai to meet a client, spend 2 days with him,
Wow.
his family, just understand, what he likes, saw his current house. He took me around, showed me what they really like over there, what they do, and they're now shifting back to Pune.
Okay.
So they've bought their retirement home. And it gave me an insight into their lives as to what they connect with, what he likes doing, what he doesn't like. So then that helped me design the house. And I think in the first try, we got the whole design right.
Wow.
It connected with him.
Yeah.
That means a lot to the client that, you've heard me out.
Yeah.
So that's the most basic thing.
Yeah, it's, I think, much more than just putting a molding and a wallpaper on the wall.
Yeah.
I think we all talk about the basics, the case study, which is something that you studied as part of the design process.
Yeah.
What is case study? I mean, for us, this is what I call case study.
Yeah.
Like actually traveling and making that effort for 2 days, but then eventually he got the design bang on, right? So that is the case study that we feel with that coffee date or...
And in fact, I wanted to bring this topic up because even when we studied architecture in school, before every project, whether it was a residential or whatever, we would have to take a hypothetical client and then we would have to understand what they do, who they are, give them a profession, give them a career, create a family for them, create a hobby for them, create a profession for them, and then build your project around it. Our faculty would tell us that anyone can design a pretty home.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyone can design a beautiful structure.
Yeah.
But how does it resonate with
them.
the client? And this is why I wanted to bring this up because this is what you all are doing and this is what kind of separates you from, say, many other designers who are doing work in our industry, right? So that's really, really beautiful. You stated at one point of time that you don't want the project to look like an AM/PM project, but a client's project, like their home.
Right.
And yet I feel like all your projects and all your work is connected by a fine string.
Yes.
So what is that string and how do you manage to do that?
I think the fact that we get into the case study so deep, for me, it's simply when I'm looking at the plan, I have made a box and I have put my clients and now I'm putting that personality, the same sort of exercise you just mentioned. Okay, and I've said, okay, he likes golf and that's how he goes in the early mornings. I like that. We try and understand the entire thing and then we feel like, okay, now what is the kind of house will he want or will she want and in her space? So we're trying to just really think client oriented and that's when everything comes bespoke. And I say the same thing to my associates, the entire team that's working, what would he do? What would she do? I mean, why would she like this? Because when they're showing something that, why would she like it? She's like this, she's not gonna like it. She doesn't like clutter. Why are you showing something that's so so much happening over here? So she doesn't like clutter. So let's talk. We constantly are talking about the personality type and the design that will work for them. And then suddenly, but of course, the fact that we ourselves have something, that there's a language,
there's one flavor that we kind of unknowingly leave in every project, which happens, which is natural. So I would say somewhere it's about the lighting or somewhere it's about the material probably that is used, that kind of runs in every project. But that one little flavor is there in every project.
That basically kind of puts it all together.
Yes.
How do you all work together? Do you all do projects independently or do you all do them or together, or is there a part of it that you do with each other? How does that dynamic work?
So initially it was together. We used to design together and then one of us used to head over the project.
Okay.
Now, touch wood, it's become more individual, like she takes up some and I take up some. We design together. I get stuck, I know I can always go to her.
We come to each other for problems that otherwise...
And fortes, like no one can select colors better than her, fabrics better than her, curtains better than her. So I don't even put my mind to it. I just go to her.
Everything to do technically, if I'm stuck with some sort of really technical detail, and then of course lighting, every project is designed by him.
Automation.
Why lighting?
Automation, lighting, anything technical. She's like, I have no idea.
She's smart.
Yeah,
she's doing the right thing.
Like how much solar panel in this bungalow, and I'm just like 1 minute. Solar.
I'll get back to you.
So we know each other's comfort line.
Yeah.
We know that if I overstep, I'll get blasted. So I maintain our distance. And it's never been, I couldn't have asked for anything better.
That's beautiful. There's such a nice symbiotic relationship that you all have, and it's so evident. Let's talk about maybe a project that you all have recently completed that is close to your heart that you all would like to talk to us about.
Every project is
Yeah,
close
I
to
mean,
heart.
I can't really
So-
pick.
No.
Yeah,
Anyone that would-
I think I really liked the project that she did recently. I think I must have gone there twice or thrice,
Yeah.
not much. But it's a Indian classical kind of a touch.
Vintage touch, yeah.
Vintage touch. Beautiful. The details, the inlays.
Lovely.
Just the little details, even in the wallpaper that she's customized. Beautiful. It's come out very beautiful. The only thing I remember was I planned out the lighting and I handed it back to her. So that's it. And I must have gone there twice. But when it finished and I saw the whole site, I was
It was
blown.
gorgeous.
I was
Yeah.
blown.
So again, when you ask me about the project, I want to say my clients are from Kolhapur.
Yeah.
They were moving to Pune. They wanted an essence of Kolhapur. They've lived there all their life. They just wanted that little touch, that little, they showed me artifacts, that brass stuff they had.
Yeah.
So that just gave me the flavor of the house. I said, now this is how I'm going to design this
I
place.
really want to add something here.
Yes,
And
please.
for everyone who's seeing this,
Yeah.
you know why this project came out the best? The
I wish.
client didn't go on Pinterest.
Oh wow.
The
yes.
client didn't
I don't
go
believe
on-
this. Really?
Oh, trust me. He gave the concept. He told her these are the things I want to
Wow.
reuse from my old house. And he was from Kolhapur. We hardly saw him. So he gave the project to us, and these are the projects that come out the best. Because
Yeah.
they trust us with the process.
Yeah.
They give us the whole thing. We obviously show them what we're doing, get their signatures, and the execution is flawless. The moment they go on Pinterest, they are confused. They confuse the out of me.
Even when I'm speaking to my clients, I tell them that on Pinterest everything looks great.
Yes.
But what is your essence?
Yeah.
And what works for you? Like, why do you want a 4-poster bed because it's on Pinterest? Or why do you want a bed without storage? Or why do you want a red bathroom or a pink bathroom or a blue bathroom? There has to be some thought process and ideation behind it. And I think it's very important even to narrate this to students who are studying interior design, because of late, I think that entire journey of actually understanding a project and then creating it rather than just building something pretty. There's a fine line, and that transition now is lost. It's
Yes,
very,
it's
very
more
difficult.
plagiarism than
Yeah,
design.
because I mean, it's so easy, right? If someone asks me, like, for example, we had a project to do a long time back in college, right? And there was a building, and I kind of broke it down and made it into a Habitat 68 kind of a thing, and it was a complete mess. And I had one bathroom format, one color coding, and one look and feel, steps, understanding the space, essence, all of that. But now today, when I take juries, each bathroom is different, each living room is different, and I don't understand where it's coming from. It's not there. It's just a random juxtaposition of things, and it's not linked together in any way.
Correct. It's just pictures put together, and it doesn't work that way. That connect has to be there. It has to be the same language throughout.
Yeah,
I wouldn't actually blame just us as a community, because it's the clients that want what they want, and they're so specific on certain things.
Yeah, because they're
I mean,
always-
if I pick the same material on another bathroom, they're like, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Kuch alag karo, let's
Naya
do
karo.
something different. I
Ye
want
reference
this,
image hai.
and then this is what they want. They're like, can we just recreate this? And I mean, the whole, how much ever effort you're putting into this, you're explaining the client, you're educating the client, and you're doing things, we definitely want the best for them.
Yeah.
But yet not sort of really, we are of course hungry to create something unique.
I also think that, like, y'all have now been practicing for multiple years. So y'all have earned that trust that a client has. So maybe that is also something that
Questionable.
is... I mean, yeah.
No,
but
somewhere the clients are very adamant.
Yeah.
Oh, ye replicate karo.
Ye
And then I'm
replicate
like, then why am I here?
Yeah.
But wo 10 में से 4 project होते हैं where they tell you, you design. Give me what you want. So that's when the project comes out the best, because I put my heart
Those are
into
close
it.
to your heart.
I'm sitting and actually designing. I sit with the team or sit by myself, sketch it out, then get the 3Ds done. So I know, I'm developing on one idea, moving to another, connecting the whole house.
Correct.
Those projects come out the best.
Yeah, because they're done by you and they mean something to you rather than an
I'm charging you for a reason, and I'm giving you that.
So you are extremely interested in art. You've been collecting it as well. So could you tell us a little bit about your journey through this entire process and how you relate it to your projects as well?
Definitely, art brings in a lot of character in a room.
Yeah.
I can have a plain wall, and suddenly you bring in an art, it changes the vibe of the entire room.
Yeah.
It brings in a lot of energy. That made me think about art in spaces, and then I started connecting with Indian art. So artists like Tota Vaikuntham, Vivek Kumawat, Satish Gujral. So very interesting art, very intricate art. It brought in that very different energy in the room. So I kind of connected with that. So, couldn't collect a lot, but yeah, I collected a few pieces here and there, which I absolutely enjoy. It's all over my house.
I wouldn't call them few. My house is starting to look like a gallery.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and
you want to give some
I
to
don't
me?
do any. I mean,
I just want the Gujral. Baki ab rakh lo.
Gujral is the first piece to
So she was like, what are you spending on? Why are you spending so much? The day she saw I bought Gujral, and after 2 years I showed her that, you know, this is what Gujral is auctioning for.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, paintings gayab, she's wrapped them and put them inside like
No. So what happened, I put them, especially the two pieces of Satish Gujral, were right at the window. I was really worried that, you know, now I really need to protect. This is very expensive also.
After 2 years.
Yeah, but
Fair enough.
But I think because I kept wondering that, I said, what are we doing? And he's like, see, you don't buy jewelry, you don't do anything. Let me invest in this.
Yeah.
So he kept saying it's an investment, and I didn't understand it. But I definitely think it's more love for art. I think we both found ourselves through the journeys of 10 years designing that, we love art. We
That's
kind
beautiful.
of, you know, I mean, for me, it was also a lot of other things that I've developed, like going back to, again, dancing or whatever. These are things that we used to do it was just a fun thing, but I think getting back to it and now celebrating it is just...
In short, we're growing together.
Yeah.
So we're trying to identify things that we both connect with, and art is one of them.
Do you feel like this helps you as designers as well?
Of course.
It does.
It does. Oh my God. Like we're always looking forward to go.
You get creatively inclined, right? It kind of helps you get over that creator's block. You also talk about psychology of space, right? About how when you mentioned earlier as well, like when you enter a temple, you feel a certain way. When you enter a 5-star, for example, you feel a certain way. You're almost obliged to dress in a certain way.
Right.
In some places, your voices are lowered. In some places, you just have to behave in a certain way. And you design your spaces around these ideologies. Do you try to curate every space to feel that way? Is that something that you're doing?
I can definitely tell you what you're going to feel when you enter a space.
Oh, really?
I mean, at least the places that I've designed. That I think that at least I can I design so that you feel a certain way when you enter that space. Because there are various, the home is a large space if you're talking about home, and if it's a retail space, it's different. But the trying to create that feeling is what we're trying to do. I mean, at least that's what I feel, that let me design that so that feeling will happen. And, you know, he'll feel like that. So I keep talking a lot about feelings and emotions.
You know, big difference, I'll tell you, where you can see this change is we've designed homes for multiple people. Like, for example, there is this family that shifted from Bilaspur. They come from a very, their house wasn't that great that they were living in. And we designed their new house. And I've seen that change in their lifestyle from their previous house to now. And now they're flamboyant and they're everywhere. Suddenly I see a change in their attitude, the way they talk. So definitely the whole vibe has changed. The whole atmosphere has changed. And now he's more outgoing. He's more visible outside, which till he moved, I never saw that character in him.
Yeah, and I think
so we've changed the personality type. If that's what a house can do, it can probably do that too.
And also I feel like it sounds a little egocentric again, but you're designing a space that is going to shape maybe 1 generation, 2 generations, even 3 generations, complete livelihoods, lives, everything. They're going to live in the space. So a lot of designers are like, "Arey, chota project hai, karke chhod dete." But I always tell them that, or if someone asks me, I'm like, take it if you want to do it wholeheartedly, or don't do it, because it may be a small sum for somebody else, for you, but it's their entire life for them. So it's nice. I can resonate with what you're saying in regards to that. So that's really, really beautiful, guys.
You know, over the years now, after, of course, we reached the thought of, okay, let's not be hungry for work, but at the same time, let's pick our clients. So we also, you know, meet our clients, and we feel that, can we take this? Do we really, are we, you know, I mean, it's also important that, are we also feeling it for them? You know, it needs to be both ways. And that, I think, should be the sort of a motto for all designers, because sometimes you may just not get it with this client. And it's okay to leave that project in the very beginning, then go through the whole hell of it till the end.
I just thought about something.
Yeah, like you keep
We all connect with
We've
it.
done that.
It
We've all done that.
It sounds very improbable where, acha, you're giving up a project, but no, it's
It's a
very
nice
important.
romanticized answer. What I was just thinking, my project is like hell, hello. Nice. So, but yeah, I mean, hopefully as the years go by, the hell reduces and the choices of projects get better. Yeah,
You
but
know
that-
where to focus. That's it.
Yeah, that's lovely. Okay,
Yeah,
guys, so now let's take a break from this very interesting and intense conversation and play a game. Pictionary with AM PM. Remember, there are hampers involved, so you'll have to be extremely
Oh
competitive.
my God.
I have these chits here. First, you pull out one. Don't show her what it is. There'll be a word on it. You read the word and you have to sketch it out.
Okay.
If she guesses the word, you have to have a shot. If she guesses it wrong, you have to have a shot. Winner gets a really cool hamper.
Wow.
Okay, so let's start with you.
I have to draw this.
Satyavachan, this guy.
And you have a timer, okay?
Oh,
20 seconds.
London.
no. What is on it?
The clock.
It's a clock.
Yeah.
On what?
On a building.
Other words?
Okay, time up.
Wall architecture.
Clock tower.
Clock tower.
What? Architecture. You can see a building and say architecture.
Sorry. Yeah, I got it already.
Your word is right there under
No, but
it.
that's my sketch is so, look at this.
I was like, how is he managed?
How you're hiding it? You hold this and you hold this. What is this?
Me.
No, but look at my sketch.
It's a
guys.
nice sketch. You have to have a shot from the previous one.
You
Yeah,
got it wrong.
yeah.
And you have to have a shot now because
Yeah,
I
so
guess
two
it's right.
shots.
Oh God.
Yeah.
What is he doing?
What is?
Dome.
Well done. Well done. Let's have a shot.
Now you have a shot. Okay, next. Okay, wait, let me show you.
The word is visible again.
Did you see it?
No. What is that? Balcony.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Nice. You have to have a shot.
It's a column.
Nice. Well done.
Tunnel. You need to see the car.
It looks like a...
Auto.
Okay.
So you have to get this right.
What the... Yeah, oh,
Should I draw
yeah,
again?
ceiling.
What?
Close. What is the ceiling?
Yeah, what is it?
It's a bridge.
Yeah. Nice. So now it's 4-3.
Okay.
Hide it, okay? Hide it. Give it back to me. Give it back.
Oh shit, this looks very bad.
What is that? Fountain.
I has created a sketch.
Why will you draw a fountain like that?
It looks so... I was trying
But he
to...
guessed it, so it worked.
Got it, yeah.
100% she's getting it wrong.
It's the lighthouse.
Wow. Nice.
I think I drew it too well.
done.
Okay,
Chalo.
last one. Nice.
Now, either is going to be a tie
Yeah.
or he wins.
Dead.
Yeah.
हो गया time up.
See it.
Temple.
Yeah, nice.
Then
Your
later-
sketching is good, unfortunately for you.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so that was a lovely game. Akash, you are the winner.
That was fun. I really enjoyed it.
Our brand partners, Highbeck, have prepared a beautiful gift hamper for you all.
Thank you.
So, coming back to our conversation that we left, I'm going to try to now get serious again. Doris Salcedo was this very, very famous artist, and she had, during the 8th Istanbul Biennale, crammed 1,500 chairs between two structures, right? So she came from Colombia, and she had seen a lot of war, and her idea originated from seeing empty chairs and the stories it had left behind, the people who sat on it, empty houses, death, and she related all of that to chairs. So she took these 1,500 chairs and she put it between two buildings, and it was her interpretation of war, loss of life, and how war is just a business. That inspired her to create various other forms of art. So I wanted to ask, since you talk about art, your projects are very artistically inclined in many, many ways. Each project differs from the other. So what are the various sources of inspiration you get? Because in today's day and age, like we discussed earlier about how Pinterest has become suddenly a very go-to place. So where does your inspiration come from, and how do we derive?
My school of thought changed because when I studied in India, our projects were like, okay, come up with a concept, and then I would say, okay, I'm inspired by like a British vibe, and then we designed the restaurant with the theme.
Yeah.
Themes and concepts. That when I went to London, and my professor said, first keep these back of your mind. Stop thinking about a concept, stop thinking about a theme, and think fresh. And that's when I realized that, oh my God, that is where, this is what it is. I need to look for inspiration outside. It needs to be away from all of this, because the minute you start sort of working around a theme, which are these names that you spoke about, you're going to be driven in that language. You're never going to create something new. That kind of got stuck in my head, and I think even now, I've grown up and I've traveled a lot with my parents. We've gone to, all around the world. Luckily, my parents, that's the sort of, we've done a lot of holidays. So just inspiration from sort of history for me has been huge. Like looking at even Rajasthan as a state that we have, it's fabulous, the amount of architecture that we see and the heritage, the colors, that proper, that blue and the royal green that we use, these colors are things that they're probably there in
your psychology.
Yeah.
Also. In your psychology.
I wouldn't say, but it just naturally comes in, and it's not an effort that we make. It is a natural process, but I think inspiration is pretty much everywhere, but definitely not fixing myself to a theme or a concept ever in my life, and that will really help.
Yeah, inspiration for me comes from everywhere, and I'll be lying if I say I don't go on Pinterest. I do. When you're brain dead, you need that push, you need that little... Yeah, so to give you a start, but then you're not stuck to it. The whole idea is don't plagiarize, don't pick it up from there, but to get moving. So travel teaches me a lot. I pick up a lot from things I see, like she said, architecture, heritage, culture, we pick up a lot from that. So.
That's lovely.
I pick up a lot from our festivals and things also. So it's just really just understanding rituals.
You can just derive it from anywhere, right?
Yeah, it's the form that can just come from anywhere.
Yeah, even like the movement of how a dress is when someone is dancing or things like that.
Yes,
you can romanticize anything basically. I hear a rumor that you all are rebranding AM PM. So tell us a little bit about that.
We can't talk about it. Something will come up soon.
Yeah, it's coming up soon, but the fact that...
First, tell us your origin story for the name, and then tell us about your rebrand. It must be disclosed in Moñö.
So our friends, when we moved to Pune, we started making friends from Pune started calling us AM PM because he's quite a teetotaler, and I love wine and the other spirits.
I love my coffee.
So that sort of happened, and people started calling us AM PM. That was just a natural thing. So when it came to kind of thinking of a name for our firm, it was just a natural. I just asked him, should we just say AM PM Designs? Let's add designs to it.
It's a very cool name. It's really nice.
Yeah, so it's us, and the whole point was we're bringing our flavor to the whole thing.
It was just our initials, Akash, Mehta, Poonam, Mehta. Yeah. So we thought it was like a natural thing, and how spontaneous we were then. The name was also quite spontaneous. It was literally a discussion. Okay, done. Let's just get this done.
But and now we want to transform to. It's been 12 years now. Yeah. We want to transform to a more mature name. So something interesting will come soon.
Yeah, it's just. I think change is so important.
Should I do like a very influencer plug-in? You heard it first on Moñö.
No, that was really cool.
Okay, that's lovely, guys.
At least the rumor is starting off from here.
Yeah, the rumor is
starting off.
Something is cooking.
Yeah. So you've spoken about your career, your journey, project, psychology, where you've reached, but we still haven't spoken about your first project. How it was, how did you feel, the pressures of handling it, and maybe some advice to the people watching, to our students who are watching, as to how they can navigate around the challenges of it.
So first project we took was a show flat as AMPM. Was very interesting, but we had our own learnings yet to come. Yeah. We had a lot of things that we had to, I would say, cross the bridge. We tried and kept it only to one project so we could focus on it, understand what we're doing. And she was the lead, she was the boss.
For me, it was not the first project. It was just an identity that I was working for another brand again. Yeah. Like I was working for DSP and then I'm working now for AMPM Designs. Okay. The fact that I got the experience already, I worked for 8 years before I started on my own. Wow. So I think just that experience sort of gave me the strength to kind of, not be questioning myself. We wanted to, again, for us was to understand F as a brand and just kind of work around the aesthetics. And then we created this beautiful project. It also got featured that time, Society Interiors. It got the full feature for like, I think it was a good. So my father was like, I think that was the first time I wanted to, like, he went first day, got the magazine, and then he called me from there. And it was really nice to just see how he felt about the achievement. Because it was just the first project that we did, and it was already in the magazine. So I think that this really means a lot for us to sort of.
And that was your first project?
Yes, our very first project, and straight up. And
not the best advice for people watching. Like, if your first project isn't in a magazine,
no, that's not.
Quit.
No, that's not the thing.
No, but
I've never worked under someone. So for me, she was the boss. I was just
and
following.
technically your first project was 8 years after working. So
it's actually, that's what I'm saying, that people think that, oh my God, it's so easy, isn't it?
It's not.
It's not easy. It's but definitely when that happened, we both felt that we're probably doing something right.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So because that free hand was there, like we felt like all decisions were our decisions. It's not something that you wetted out from a senior.
Exactly.
So that moment, you're a little worried. But
you're also responsible, right? You're way more responsible. And then it all boils down to this happening, and it's great. No, that's amazing, guys. Thank you so much for this beautiful conversation. Okay, guys, so now we're going to play rapid fire. And I'm going to start with the winner of the last game.
Oh God.
Akash.
Fine.
Okay? Who is better at sketching, you or your partner?
Poonam.
I saw in the previous game. One non-design skill that makes you a better designer.
Non-designer skill that helps me as a designer. I'm everything. The peon, the accountant, the driver, the
nice
caretaker.
Caretaker.
Yeah, see,
upkeeping, everything in office. Something's not working. Akash, this is not working.
And the IT department, everything.
Inspiring city for design and architecture.
I don't think there's any one city. Every city has its own inspiration. So,
okay. I'm going to describe an architect in 3 words. Guess who it is? Surreal, nature-inspired, unconventional.
Frank Lloyd Wright.
No.
Frank. Very bad at this.
Gaudy.
Achha.
How do you overcome designer's block?
Take a walk or travel.
Nice. Okay.
Best thing to do.
Just pick up your bag and go.
Yeah.
Biggest misconception about designers?
That we have all the freedom to do whatever we feel like.
Anyway,
that is actually so true.
Yeah, it is. Would you rather work on a top secret government project or design a world famous landmark?
Landmark, anything.
Lovely. Thank you so much. Those were lovely replies.
Thank you.
Now, Poonam, it's your time.
Yes.
What's your partner's biggest pet peeve about your design style?
I think I overdo, like he just finds everything.
OTD.
The fact that
One thing you always get right in design.
Colors.
What's the most challenging material to work with?
Metal.
If you had to create a structure using an unusual material like jelly or Lego, what would you build?
I would probably do a light installation.
Oh, that would be great actually.
Yeah.
Would you rather spend your entire career designing skyscrapers or tiny homes?
Tiny homes.
One painting you could spend your entire life gazing at.
Impossible. One painting, no. Impossible.
Anything me gazing for too long, no, not possible. My attention is just...
What's the most rewarding part about finishing a project?
The money that comes in.
Nice.
But that if it comes in just soon after.
If the money comes in.
If the money comes in.
Yeah, but no, it's not every project.
It's not every project.
Some. Okay, guys. So that was lovely. Who's
you.
the winner? I think it's pretty obvious. Well done, Poonam. You're the winner. Okay, guys. So before we sign off, I'd like you to address our audiences and give them a one-liner or something interesting or a piece of advice.
To students, when you design someone's house, just keep in mind that you don't own a house, you earn it. And it's your savings, it's your time that you're putting in, that they are putting in. So respect that and give it your all, Give them a home that they will pass on to their generation. So
that's a beautiful
Very good.
answer. You don't own a home, you earn it.
I think to the whole design fraternity, we need to start, and we are already doing quite a bit together. And the fact that we are collaborating and working, because I think one person can't do it all. And with that respect is where we both came in together. I think it really works beautifully. So for ones who are doing it all by themselves, bravo, it's great. But don't be afraid to sort of collaborate and use different sort of powers to sort of make your project a success.
That's beautiful, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
It was a delight having you all here and fresh of breath air. Thank you for watching Season 3, Episode 4 of Moñö Architecture, All Things Design. Brought to you by brand partners, Hi-Bye Kitchen Studio and Turquoise. See you soon, guys.
Wow, man, I didn't realize you did all of that.
That's Dali and Gala.
That's so cool.
Dali and Gala.
And the eggs. Oh man, that's so cool.
Yeah.